Oh no! I hope this really heavy beach ball doesn't break my leg.
Fontaine is massive, racking up to 33GB on its first launch, with the color blue asserting dominance. City capital is filled with steampunk aesthetic, with hot air balloon, gear cycle, and heavy machinery just like 19th century Europe. The icon here is called Fossilor, and the new character we get is Liney, wielding bow with pyro, Lynette with Anemo sword, and Fremigny with claymore and cryo. In 4.1, they also released two husbando called New Villette and Rio Leslie. Considering there is lots of beach in the region, I wouldn't be surprised if they had an event, especially when summer comes around. But enough of the intro. There is a timestamp in the description if you're low on time. But for now, we're going to talk about
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
the one reason I return to Genshin after I enjoy touching grass is the ability to go underwater, and I was terribly disappointed. But hey, more area to cover equals more reward and upgrade material. A few boss here and there, a slender to Newton law, some puzzle, and finally ways to defeat an enemy. There is crab, seagull, and other animal that you can yoink by pressing the attack button, each with its own benefit. The crab skills allow you to counter-attack enemy and also destroy a giant boulder. The seagull lets you to emerge ultrasonic frequency until your enemy dies of cringe, and a stingray to cut through a leaf or maybe just for AoE attack. As for the place of interest, there is a Lumizin village. You know, Lumizin, the funny looking creature around Fontaine. Also, there is the Institute of Fontaine, the home of Oceanid, and many part of ruins and trenches, delicately crafted by MiHoYo to let people explore and forget that they just spent an ungodly amount of money just to get their in-game crushes. But just because it's good doesn't mean it's perfect. A Genshin YouTuber by the name Misen posted a bug that makes you go to the underwater section that kind of looks like a primordial sea of some sort. Given it's a bug nonetheless, we can count this as a canon event. Apparently, in Fontaine, there is a telltale from the past that the region and its people will sink and become one with water. In the trailer leading up to Fontaine releases, immediately we shown a sinking ruins and a bleak atmosphere. No sun passing through, only a non-stop rain that sunk the entire region. In a fontaine near Opera Epiclese, you can hear someone cried in despair. Later told in the story that the cry was coming from all the people who gets dissolved into water by a serial killer named Marcel. His motive was uncovered after the traveler came into contact with Navia after Linne's trial. And then a continuous discovery that connects the case of a number of missing girls and the case of unfaithful Callus, or in short, Navia's father. Even though the region is renowned for its justice, still the upcoming disaster is haunting the region. Well, unless a random traveler seemingly out of nowhere save the day and get some bitches.
Damn, what is that, bro?
The gacha in this game is always been questionable at best and rigged at its worst. With a minuscule 0.6% chance, it's highly likely you will get the character that you want only by the pity system. But nobody's stopping you to spend your entire life savings to get your favorite character, right? So here's the lineup. But still, take this info with a grain of salt because MiHoYo maybe change the release schedule or even the character stats altogether. Okay, starting from Linne, Lynette, Fremigne, I have talked about their vision and weapon prior in the intro. 4.1, that is Ryodasli wielding Cryo Catalyst similar to Heizo. Its combat is hand-to-hand close combat. Also known as Fortress of the Meropid Duke, as we all know, it's a prison located underneath the city of Fontaine. There is also new Villet with Hydro Catalyst, titled the Chief Justice of Fontaine. Being that and all, he unsurprisingly had a calm demeanor and can handle things that going south. But from this point here onwards, thing is getting hazy, so I have to remove the birthday date because, who cares? Anyway, 4.2. The Archon herself is ready to break our wallet with her abilities to lifesteal and gravity-related skill. And of course, her vision is Hydro, with the weapon being Sword. Also rumored that she has two personalities. So maybe the first one being some sort of look down, dominatrix style. And the other is like clumsy, short-minded, aqua kind of style. I mean, you're telling me that this so-called Archon can do big damage after the fact that she shot herself when Arlecchino spawns in front of her.
It beggars belief just how carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, have failed to take action.
Who are you? What are you trying to do? Please, don't kill me. I'm begging you.
But hypothetically speaking, if she switches side to being a dominatrix and Arlecchino is staggered, that would have been so hype. But moving to
oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Sigyn is rumored to be a healer slash support role. Also shown in this teaser that she's close with Ryodasli, so if canonically speaking that Sigyn often need to treat Ryodasli's wound because he's, let's just say, he's star platinum. Moving on to the established 4-star candidate, we have Charlotte, the Steambird journalist wielding a catalyst and cryovision. Moving on to 4.3, we have Navia, as we know just by first meeting her that she has a Geovision and she is wielding a great sword or a claymore. And if her rarity is 5-star, then it's the first Geo 5-star character we get ever since Arataki Ito 2 years ago. Also, we have Cloran that I speculate to be Navia's banner rival. With her Bloodborne style, she is likely to have a skill that correlates with this thing called gun. I can hear the Americans popping their wallet already. And we have Chevrius or Certis to fill the 4-star podium, wielding pole arm and pyrovision, and also having a striking resemblance to Pom Pom from Honkai Star Rail. Next in 4.4, which was aligned with the Lantern Rite event, hosted by Genshin to celebrate the Chinese New Year. So maybe there is a Liyue expansion? But still, remember the salt, lads. Nonetheless, there is a few concept art that's been floating around. First being Cloud Retainer. We've met her during the Archon Liyue quest. Second, we have Guizhong. She's Zhongli's brain essentially. But in the lore, supposedly she died in the Adeptus War. But hey, what if there's this thing called reincarnation? The third one being Madame Ping. Yeah, the granny back in Liyue. I couldn't even bother how the fuck MiHoYo going to make her a playable character, but again, maybe there's this thing called reverse aging. And lastly, we have the Lion Boy. There isn't any info of him apart from this really early concept art, but it is speculated that he's going to debut in this Lantern Rite event. Moving to 4.5. Oh yeah, I have to keep reminding you that this wasn't a solid and concrete evidence. All of it was sleek, so some of it may be true, some of it may be not, or it's just a complete lie. So please believe at your own discretion. Anyway, moving on, we have Arlecchino. But still, this lady has been rumored ever since 2.4 update, so maybe this time she will finally make her debut? I mean, the teaser of her and her connection to Linne and Lynette is definitely a hint we can't miss. Now, unfortunately, things are going to be very blurry, so I'm just going to rapid fire who will be debuting in this period of time. We have Chiori, whom's had her own tailor shop in Fontaine, said to be carrying Electrovision, but the weapon she wields is unknown. We have Dahlia, or the vampire boy, that's speculated to be a part of later Mondstadt expansion. I don't know if that it's a real thing, but let's just hope. There is an unnamed character as well called M, or Goth Girl by the community, and judging by her attire, I believe she used pyrovision. But hey, that's just a theory. A Genshin thing.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games.
The first and second act of 4.0 main quest is gathering evidence, search some clue, very detective-esque gameplay, similar to Judgment the Yakuza spin-off and obviously the Ace Attorney franchise. But that doesn't matter because in 4.1, even the Traveler came into an irrefutable circumstances. Truly, MiHoYo know where their fanbase should belong. That is a joke. I hope it's not too offensive. As of recording this right now, being it 4.0, now I have only encountered 4 notable bosses in all of Fontaine. First being the Crab King underneath Fontaine, second the Dancing Guard Mech near Opera Epiclese. Both are showcased in the teaser before Fontaine releases. But there is more than that they didn't tell you. Vivian and Ninian Oceanid. When I initially saw them, I was like, that's cute, let me just finish them real quick. And oh boy do I regret it. If you don't have at least 2 death artifacts, you will get 1 tap and experience the agony of playing Valorant. And these guys are tanky. With a whopping 3 million HP, they're ready to clap some cheeks. It took me an entire day in game even with the help of my friend. So don't do that, MiHoYo. That's I almost forgot about this, but yeah, it is terrible. It's the same skill as the Seagull underwater ability, and the burst just passed through enemy, and if it doesn't hit, well, sucks for you, buddy. Better gather up all of that elemental charge all over again. And that's it. This voice is recorded just 6 hours before the 4.1 maintenance starts. I realized that in the video I didn't quite go to every single details, such as enemy type and stats, the boss's rewards, a new artifact which is just 2 of them, but that's all I got to offer. Subscribe if you're interested in anime, games, show, or just being a weeb in general. Share this to those who need to see it and like or dislike at your own volition. Bye!
We will be reunited, dear brother. But not here. Not now. We will meet at this journey's end. Once the dust has settled. Then you will understand.
At this journey's end. No, man, you don't understand. My PC is running out of space.